Now, yesterday, as Arsenal beat Barcelona by 5-3, there are 3 players that missed out, and obviously, very many Arsenal fans were obviously worried about their absentia in the game versus Barcelona. Arsenal fans expected them to show up, but they've never went ahead to show up. And the most shocking of all was Declan Rice and Balogun. So welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show. So much like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's a Friday. Juma Karim to all the Muslim viewers and subscribers. It's your day, and I hope you guys are going to go and pray to all your respective mosques to really exalt Allah in all aspects. But I would love to come in and really let you know that we want to hit 7,000 subscribers and continue to subscribe to this channel because we already hit 16,000 subscribers. But these 3 players are Zinchenko, Declan Rice, and Balogun. And for Declan Rice, it came in as a huge blow because most people really expected him to show up after having really had a very bad game against Man United. But obviously, he never showed up on the night, and obviously Arsenal performed very well, and Thomas Partey came in through and obviously put in a shift. But I had came here and told you that if at all Thomas Partey doesn't play that game, then I'm going to know that he's out of the plans of Mikel Arteta, because if Thomas Partey never played and Jorginho played, it would have been an indicator that Arteta has failed to convince Thomas Partey to stay at Arsenal, as the Saudi side is confirming to us that he has gone ahead to agree on what we call personal terms with the side of he has gone ahead to agree personal terms with the side of, is it Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, that has gone ahead to offer him an astronomical contract of close to £400,000 a week, doubling his contract at Arsenal. But after all that, he really made a very good appearance, and obviously Arsenal really played very well. And I think it was all about the chemistry that team of Arsenal really has with Thomas Partey. But he did his job, and we obviously hailed him for the work well done. Now, having missed out on this game of football, Arteta was asked on how and why Declan Rice missed out on the game of Barcelona. These were the words of Mikel Arteta. He said, Dec had quite a strong kick in training and didn't want to take the risk. He wasn't comfortable to train yesterday and today, and we decided not to play him. Now, I'm not going to describe Declan Rice as an injury-prone player because his record of injuries doesn't describe him to be an injury-prone player. If at all you look at his injury history, it's really not bad according to me. And I believe, after reading it, you guys are going to obviously agree with me that Declan Rice is not an injury-prone player, because there might be some Arsenal fans outside there who are obviously attacking Declan Rice that Arsenal spent £105 million on him and he's an injury-prone player. And for his entire time, he has gone ahead to play for West Ham. He has gone ahead to miss just 2 games. The first game he missed was in the season of 2018-2019. He had an injury and he was out for 13 days. The next game he missed, it was this season, the recently completed season, where he never played against Man City, and the next weekend he played against Manchester United. That is Declan Rice for you, and that is his injury record. So that is very good. And to me, you wouldn't like to really risk your player who is worth £105 million in a friendly versus Barcelona, yet you have very many other players that can get the job done and dusted. Would you? You wouldn't. And I hope all of you understand what this is all about. You wouldn't risk your player like Declan Rice in such a game of football where you wouldn't really get the best out of him in this match. So as it stands, I really understand that some Arsenal fans are really pissed off, but even if you are pissed off, this is what a manager really does to decide on what they're going to do. Arsenal is playing its last game before the kickstart of the season with the Charity Shield match against Man City. I think it's going to be in the midweek. Let me check here. All I know, they're playing Monaco at the Emirates. It's going to be played on Wednesday, that is the 2nd of August at 20 hours. That's when Arsenal is going to play its last game as they prepare to play against Man City on a Sunday. So it shows you that Arteta is a very good calculative manager, and he went ahead to put up this guy out and send him not to play for the game of Barcelona because he hadn't trained for 2 days. And I think it's not a serious injury, because if I thought it was serious, then all the media, the likes of David Austin, Fabrizio Romano, the Arsenal correspondents like Chris Whitley, Charles Watts, there is Simon Collins, Kaya Kayanak, would have gone ahead and obviously told us exactly what happened in the training of Arsenal, because these journalists are the flies on the walls of Arsenal, and they obviously get concrete information about the latest injuries of the players. So to me, I believe there was no reason to obviously hurry back Declan Rice in such a game, having had a horrible game against Manchester United. That was his first full debut for Arsenal, and you would like to bring him when Arsenal is playing Monaco at the Emirates, when he's playing in front of the Emirates crowd for the very first time. And I think the crowd is going to be roaring, 60,000 fans plus in that Emirates Stadium. That is next Wednesday, and I think Mikel Arteta is going to have to make a very good resurrection plan for Declan Rice, because if at all you gave him the game of Barcelona and obviously he never played very well, then pressure would mount onto that player, and every time pressure mounts to a player who is expensively bought, it really ruins his career and slows down his confidence, because it's not normal for every person to be made of a thick skin. But I think Declan Rice is the player made of a thick skin. He's English. The English media would come out and obviously attack him a lot, because that's what they do on a regular, on players especially that don't hold British passports. But because Declan Rice has gone ahead to obviously hold a British passport, they will go ahead and obviously defend him at the club of Arsenal. So that is it for Declan Rice, and Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to give us an explanation on why he never really showed up in the game of Barcelona. He has been not training for 2 days. The other player that you guys have not even seen kick a ball in this preseason is Alexandra Zinchenko. And Arteta had the following to say about Zinchenko, that with Alex, he had a muscular injury again. Unfortunately, he's getting back. I think we'll be back soon, but it's a shame that he hasn't been with us the whole tour. So it really hits bad if at all you are an Arsenal fan, after getting in a right-footed player that can obviously play as an inverted right back like Zinchenko, you are not having Alexandra Zinchenko, because if you're having 2 inverted fullbacks, you are really on the side of really getting yourself to the level you deserve to be. And I think for Alexandra Zinchenko is a very huge blow, because even has a game to play of the Ukraine national team to really solicit funds for the team. That is Zinchenko for you, and Zinchenko is really injured. But when you look at Arsenal at the left back, they're having loads and lots of quality. However much Zinchenko gives him a different dimension altogether, as he cuts through the midfield and obviously helps them possess that ball better and better. You can at least be strong that you're having Kieran Tierney. In the game of Barcelona, it was Julian Timber who played as the left back. Then in the other game of Manchester United, Tomiyasu played as a left back, and the game of the MLS All-Stars and Nuremberg, it was Jakub Kiwior. So Arteta is showing you that he has a variety of players who can play as the left back position, but can they bring it up as Zinchenko does? I think Jakub Kiwior can. The other player is Julian Timber can, but it all comes back to who the first choice left back of Arsenal is. It's Alexandra Zinchenko, and you wouldn't like to really miss out onto your faves, especially in the starting 11 of Arsenal. And I think him missing out on the fixture of Man City in the Charity Shield is not news because Arsenal can get that out of the way even when they don't have Zinchenko. But that long run of the Premier League season, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, is where you need Zinchenko, because you need to start on a high as you host Nottingham Forest at the Emirates, because Arsenal went ahead to beat them 5-0 at the Emirates last season, but they are hosting them again here after they lost away at the City Ground, because Arsenal was beaten, I think, by all 2-1 down in the Midlands. So let's wait and see how that pans out, because you'll need a fully fit squad to take on Nottingham. Some of you will say that Tomiyasu, either Julian Timber or Jakub Kivio will obviously come in through and obviously get the job done and dusted. But let me tell you, a first choice player is always a first choice player, and there is no way you would like to miss out onto your first choice player by obviously going in for what we call an understudy. Zinchenko gives Arsenal more possession, and as obviously told you, I've gone ahead to wait for the day I'll see Zinchenko, Julian Timber, and obviously this other guy, Zinchenko, Julian Timber, and Jorginho playing the same team, because all those players are really press resistant, and I anticipate that we are going to enjoy that game and Arsenal will really possess the ball very, very much. Now, after that, let's go to another shocking story. Balogun is another one who has not been playing the previous 2 games of Arsenal because of him being injured. Mikel Arteta has gone ahead and obviously addressed his absentia again, and in his words, this is what Mikel had to say. He wasn't available, he had a little foot injury, and he hasn't been training with us, and he wasn't available to us. That was the reason. Then Arteta on Balogun's role in the team, yes, we will have to see. First of all, he has to be fit and available to play minutes. So to me, it's like Balogun is really having a very bad spell. That is it. And there is no way you're going to come out and obviously push Nketiah out of the team and Jesus win the games. That would have gone ahead to make you obviously send Mikel Arteta a very huge message that I'm better than them. You aren't available in such games. So Balogun is a very good player, but looks like injuries have caught up on him, or with him, and Arteta feels like the games are narrowing down. Balogun still has 1 game to prove, that is against Monaco, and I don't believe he's going to be fully fit to come out and really compete. So if Balogun can obviously show up himself, maybe in that game he might change the mind of Mikel Arteta. But as it looks, Arteta's gonna hate obviously side with 3 forwards. That is Jesus, Nketiah, and Kai Havertz. You know, maybe even a Trossard who went ahead obviously prove that is a very good player. So guys, your thoughts on to Rice picking up first Arsenal injury are welcome in the comment section below. Arteta hit by a triple injury threat. Zinchenko injured, Balogun injured, and what do you make about those 3 injuries that are going to head to obviously affect Arsenal? I go by the names of Rokani David. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And my Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Laufikum, Juma Karim. Ciao, ciao, bye-bye.